G'day YouTubers, back in the machine shop this morning at home, and I'm working on a motorcycle headset. Well, it's not really a headset, it's a handlebar bracket for my uncle's BMW motorcycle. This is the original one, it's the BMW one, and it's just not tall enough for him. He wants about 20 mils added to it. So hopefully I'll turn this chunk of aluminium into something like that. Well, my first attempt wasn't very successful, although the part looks really fantastic. The problem I've got now is that I can't really hold it in my 4-jaw chuck. The problem is that it's not parallel, because this face where it's touching the jaw up the top here, it cantilevers over, and this hole, my chuck just isn't big enough to grab it, and as you can see I've marked it. So it's back to the drawing board, and I might have to do the lathe process first before I actually do the milling process. But anyway, look, it's all a learning curve, and that's what the design process is all about. Well, these are the things you've got to do when you don't have a bandsaw. I need a small chunk of aluminium cut off the end, so what I'm doing is just machining a profile forward and back to get the job done. I'll press, turn it back on, I'll show you what I mean. Come over here. Cycle start. It's a bit annoying, but you know, I can leave this running and I can do other jobs at the same time. So what I've done here is found the centre of the block of aluminium by scribing 2 diagonal lines, corner to corner. Then I place the centre punch mark here at the centre. I use my spring dividers to scribe a circle. Now this circle will aid me in setting it up in the 4-jaw chuck so I get it true and correct. Right, what I'm currently doing, here's the original part. I've got to bore in to 22mm here. So I've got my boring bar set up on my lathe, a little ISCAR boring bar, it's a nice little boring bar. And I'm currently just gently going in there. We'll try and get a shot. It's pretty hard to hold the camera and machine at the same time. Righto, I'm currently putting the chamfer. If you look at the original piece here, it's got a 30-degree chamfering from the centre out. So I've got my lathe set up, set it up on 30 degrees, and I'm using the boring bar. I'm just going to put that chamfer on now, so I'll try and do it and show you what I'm doing. Right, I've got the part back in the vise now. As you can see, I've done the initial profiling toolpath and cut out the shape that I've required. I'm going to run it one more time and just take off a 0.1 cleanup. Well guys, I've come this far and guess what? Stuffed it up. Doing the chamfer pass, miscalculated it, cut too deep. So yeah, that part's ruined now, so much to my disgust. Back to the drawing board and back to part number 3 now. I'll get there eventually. Well, I've just finished cutting out the upper bracket for this BMW part, and just did a little chamfer around the top. Quite happy with it. Fly cut it, looks all nice. Getting the hang of it now. Well, finally, after lots of machining, a few mistakes, and I even had to throw one out, I've finally finished these 2 motorcycle handlebar brackets. I made these for my uncle for his BMW motorcycle. That's the original one. It's probably looks a lot better than mine, but the problem was his handlebars weren't high enough, so he wanted an extra 20mm, so I think I've got it there anyway. So here we have it. They haven't come out too bad. It was pretty involved. I think it was a little bit harder than what I initially thought it would be. So it really challenged me, and I think that could have been too, because I'm on holidays and I'm in my brain's in holiday mode, and that's probably why I made a few mistakes. But yeah, it's certainly a big chunk of aluminium. They're 25mm thick, so there's a lot of machining and lots of waste. All right. Well, thanks very much, guys, and feel free to like and subscribe. Cheers.